live on YouTube. Can you hear me clearly and see me clearly? How are you all doing today? How's everybody doing today? I feel freaking phenomenal. It's a beautiful, gorgeous day here in Redwood City, California, where I live. I'm back at Red Morton Park and have a great but very important and very serious topic to discuss with you folks here today. Give me a second here. All right, that's good. But we're going to wait a little bit before we get right to it. And I'm also going to update you folks on an upcoming stream coming from the studio tonight. The Queen is here. You're good. Hey, Queen, how's it going? Welcome to the show, Queen. How's your day going so far? Great to see you here. See, folks, that's called common courtesy and common decency, something that we don't practice a lot anymore. My day is okay. What would it take to make your day great, Queen? You see, folks, this is all it takes to uplift people and help them feel better than they already do, right? You ask them simply, how's it going? Welcome. Great to see you here, right? You know, oh, my day's going okay. Well, okay, that's cool. At least you're not having a horrible day, but what can I do to make your day a little brighter, right? Now, I know Queen. We've known each other for years. And she's going to give me some friendly doo-doo. I'm going to say doo-doo because it's early on in the stream. Got to at least keep the first part of the stream extremely clean. And I keep my streams and videos clean for the most part. But yeah, it's again, it's a beautiful day here in Redwood City, California. The sun is hitting my back. I'm getting a lot of vitamin D, vitamin D3. Best way to get that is from the sun. Construction is back in full force here at Red Morton Park. That big Volvo, whatever it is, it may be an excavator or something like that, some tractor, right? And they're rebuilding the swimming pool area. Queen says, topic, oh yeah, I got it, abandonment issues, yeah. Thank you, Queen, thank you for putting it in the chat, I appreciate it. I'm gonna have to start paying you soon, Queen. You know, I've been willing to send Queen some donations in the past, but she has no way of accepting donations. I have to admire Queen because what she does on social media to speak her voice and share her thoughts and opinions about many various topics, she does it because she loves doing it. She does it for free. I respect that. Totally respect that. But yeah, before we get to the topic here today, I want to make you all aware that coming up tonight, and it's either going to start at 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern, 6 or 7 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to be doing the stream from the studio that's going to take at least 2 hours. It may even go into a third hour. Because a couple days ago, I made a posting in the subreddit Purple Pill Debate. If you're not aware of what Purple Pill is, or MGTOW or anything like that, then you haven't really been around for a while. But most people that follow my content and that I've been active on the internet regarding modern day dating relationships know what MGTOW is, and the red pill is, and the purple pill is, and the blue pill is. I got people here and I'm trying to avoid people. Okay, here we go. I was just waiting to see where they were going to go. you know what purple pill is. And if you don't, just do a Google search for MGTOW, which stands for Men Going Their Own Way, and just type in red pill, purple pill, blue pill, and you'll see what it is. Purple pill is like the hybrid in the middle. It's not a blue pill guy or a red pill guy. It's a man that has red pill knowledge, understanding that the stove is pretty hot nowadays, and you know, dating women nowadays is different than it was over 55 years ago before women were liberated. And so MGTOW and these pills, the red pill was created to raise awareness for men so they can understand the risks of dating women, right? More so financial risks, divorce and child custody issues, right? You marry a woman in most states here in the U.S., if you're married more than 10 years and you're the breadwinner, she divorces you, she takes half the marital assets, and in many cases, she gets the kids too. Or primary custody of the kids or full custody, just depends. I can understand that. Guys would be upset about that, right? So the red pill is more anti-dating or marrying women. The blue pill is more of a guy that puts women on a pedestal, conforms to every woman's wants and needs, lacks self-respect, right? It's more of a conformist, right? Which is not attracted to women. The purple pill's like a hybrid. Still, purple pill guys are still good guys. I won't say nice guys because nice guys finish last. Purple pill guys are good guys. But they still enjoy the company of a woman and still consider marriage if they find the right person. But they proceed with the caution and awareness of the red pill. But many guys in this purple pill forum, I figured joining this forum would get pretty much all guys being cool and just having a discussion, right? And for the most part, it is that way, but there are still some angry and bitter men in this purple pill debate forum, right? So I posed a question in there, basically stating that men don't seem to want to accept responsibility nowadays, for anything or for, regarding their relationships. And they seem to blame women for everything, even when the man is wrong or even when the woman is right. And after a couple days, that posting has about 150 comments on it, and it's been very interesting. It's been very interesting. A lot of positive comments, a lot of neutral comments, but even your occasional angry and bitter comment. Even one comment where one guy's saying, "Dude, you're trying to sell us your no value life coaching or whatever," right? It almost made me wonder if somebody from YouTube went over there and started trolling me, which I don't think this person is from YouTube, but whether he is or isn't, I'll share more about that from the studio tonight. I'll show you. You still get some of those people, right? And a lot of these people are not just on YouTube that I've encountered over the past several years trying to kick down my life coaching business and say I'm a fake life coach and I'm not the real deal, this and that, right? These people are on Reddit, they're everywhere, right? And these are the people, in my opinion, that need the most help. These are the people that actually project, right? And it's funny, you you try to be polite with guys like this, right? And you say, come on, dude, you're just projecting, dude. Let's just have a civil conversation. And they're like, no, you're projecting, right? And you can't have a conversation with someone that's going to go back and forth like that, because all they're trying to do is trigger you, and they're not trying to have a civil discussion, right? I'm just giving you a little preview of what's coming tonight because I want as many people to be there as possible because this is going to be really good. If you can be there live, we can engage through the chat on YouTube. It'll also be simulcasted on Facebook and D Live. We can engage, and I'd love to get your feedback in between showing you the comments and my responses to these comments because I did some responding out on the Purple Debate subreddit. It's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be very interesting. There was even one, I think it was a woman that was, coming at me and asking me some questions, and I responded to her professionally, and she kept saying, "You're trying to avoid the question, like I'm trying to, we're here, this subreddit is about debating." And I got back to her and I said, I'm not here to debate anybody. I'm here to have civil, reasonable conversations, right? And I even wrote, I'll share it with you folks tonight from the studio on the screen. I even wrote there's a difference between debating and having conversations, right? I'm not here to debate anybody. I'm not here to try to convince anyone anything, right? I think those kids were yelling at me. That's what people do. They like to be shit disturbers, right? It's all good. I'd like to see them come and approach me and do it right in my face, right? They don't have the balls to do that. I'm a good guy. I'm emotionally strong. I wouldn't do anything. I would just take a look at them and say, "What's your problem, bro? Come on, be cool, dude." Right? They might say, "Well, what are you going to do about it?" Well, nothing. I don't believe in violence. I'm just going to walk away because you don't deserve my attention, right? But they don't have the balls to approach me, right? They just will drive by, whatever, right? But yeah, this woman kept going back and forth with me. I went back and forth with her like 3 or 4 times. And I already knew what was happening, right? I even told her, I said, "You know what? You're just like some people on YouTube that like to stir up the pot, right? And you say you want to debate. I don't want to debate you. There's nothing to debate here. We're just having a civil conversation, and we're sharing thoughts and ideas. You tell me in the chat, is there a difference between debating and sharing thoughts and ideas? Because debating is about trying to destroy somebody and defeat somebody. I'm not here to go to battle with anyone. I'm not here to attack anyone. I want to help as many people as possible. I want to help everybody. I have a great positive attitude. I don't feel the need to debate anyone. I don't want to debate anyone. You either are going to like my content and like what I do and share to try to help people, or you don't. It's up to you if you want to participate or not. If you don't like what I say or how I do things, you can change the channel, or if you're on Reddit, you don't have to respond. But these people feel the need to respond to people like me, which is called a projection, right? It's their option to respond or not. And when they disagree, or when they know you've called them out on something, you've touched the nerve, instead of having a civil conversation with you and owning their part, they project because they're not ready to accept responsibility yet. Hence the reason why I created that posting, right? So I'll share more about that with you from the studio tonight. It's going to be a great show. I'm going to go back home and relax a little bit, have some dinner, set up that stream, and it's going to be a doozy. Let me see here. Don't pay attention to them. Oh, I don't, Queen. Queen, I don't. It's real interesting. We've got 20 people here right now. And I'm starting to get a lot more people on my live streams. I don't know where they're coming from. Maybe they're coming from Reddit or other aspects of the internet. I've been really promoting my stuff on different Facebook groups, and Reddit groups, and I've been really putting it out there. If you are here for the very first time, in order to chat in my YouTube live stream chats, you need to wait 24 hours after you subscribe. I have that set up that way because it prevents most trolls from creating sock accounts and just, disturbing the actual conversation. I know it sucks that if you're new here and you legitimately want to comment, you have to wait. But it's better to do it that way because I want people here that really want to participate and ask real questions and get real answers and get real support. So if you are here from Reddit or one of the Facebook groups or wherever you found out about my content and you want to chat, you need to subscribe and wait 24 hours and then eat your heart out. At the same time, though, just know I've got a lot of security on my YouTube channel. I use Nightbot and I have a blocked words list. I'm not trying to silence your freedom of speech, but I want no trolling, no attacking of others, no harassment. Let's have civil conversations. Let's get somewhere. Let's truly start to support and help each other. Some of you may be here from my brand new emotional support group on Reddit at reddit.com/r/real emotional support. It is the genuine emotional support group for men and women on Reddit. We've got 15 members in there so far and growing daily. If you're already there, I'm sure you know some other people that would get some value from that group or need emotional support. Who doesn't need emotional support, right? Everyone needs it, right? Feel free to share it out. Have them join. And let's start the conversation on Reddit. Let's continue it through these YouTube live streams I do on mobile and from the studio. And I'm also going to be doing some more pre-recorded videos too. I'm willing to take topic requests, even for free for the time being. I typically charge for those, but anyone from Reddit or wherever, if you would like to suggest a topic, just make a comment on my YouTube video, right? Or you can email me at Coach Eli at coacheli@eliasmelas.com. That email is below in the description. You can also remain anonymous. It's up to you. You don't have to let me know who you are. I know people want to protect their anonymity because of trolls and haters. I get that. Trust me, if anyone understands trolls and haters and being harassed and attacked, it's me. I have used my real name. I'm Coach Eli, Elias Melas. I show my face, right? People can identify me, but I'm a business person, right? I'm a real coach. I'm a business person, and I want to use my real name. I want you folks to know I'm a real person. I've seen some other channels on YouTube that don't show their face. They'll use their voice, but they'll never show their face or use their real name. And then they ask for support. And I understand, that some of those content creators that don't show their face or put out their real name, just use their voice, they're good people. But, I want you folks to see and know who I am and what you're getting if you're going to support this channel monetarily in any way or support my business monetarily in any way, which is completely optional. Like I said earlier, I had some guy on Reddit say you're just trying to promote your sleazy or whatever coaching business, and I just told him he was projecting, and I'll respond more to it tonight, but I'll say for right now, yeah, partially I am. But I'm not charging you anything, and I'm giving away so much value for free. I help so many people for free. My paid services are optional. My coaching is optional. And you have the option if you want to donate to support my business or not, once you get a bunch of the content for free. So that was clearly a projection, right? I'm not asking anybody for money. Yes, I need to make money to survive. But I don't force people to do it. I still give you the same value, whether you pay or not. And leave it up to you and your good hearts if you feel it's worthy of a donation. Or if you need more help, more personal help, and you feel I'm the right fit, you can go to my website at coacheliasmelas.com and book a coaching session. I'm very reasonably priced, but I don't project that. I don't force that on the people. You're just trying to run your sleazy coaching business. Huh, okay, well. Jesus, man. How jealous and insecure and weak some guys are, man. I've never really had a woman attack my business. It's primarily been weak-minded, insecure, immature, mentally and emotionally unstable men. Those are the guys that need the most help, but again, as I always say, they're not open to it. That's okay. You know? And I typically wouldn't even acknowledge people like that because feeding into them just fuels their fire more, right? But because I'm a coach, I briefly will acknowledge them at times in these forums or on YouTube because it's a great example of how not to be and how to handle these people if you encounter them. Anyway, let me see here. Where are we at? So yeah, if you're actually here from Reddit or Facebook or wherever, you can at least hit the thumbs up, and that way I'll know that you're here and you just can't chat because you have to wait the 24-hour period that's required to chat here. Like I said, once again, I do that for security purposes, primarily to, keep the trolls out, right? And any trolls that slip by my very strong security here, Queen Helen Casey is typically here to ban them, or one of my many other YouTube moderators. I've got a great group of YouTube moderators, and they're also, very supportive, and they understand what I do, and obviously we work together, so they believe in what I do, and I believe in what they do, and together we can help support you folks while you're out here watching these streams or through the Reddit forums. Most of my moderators have either become moderators on my Reddit or my subreddit, Real Emotional Support, or they're on their way getting there. So that is that. So tonight at 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern, 6 or 7 p.m. Pacific, from the studio, I'm going to be doing a live stream to go through hopefully maybe all the comments. There's 150 of them, and there's probably going to be more by the time I get back home, but I will get through as many of them as possible. I'm going to dedicate the entire show to going through this posting because I think it is a topic that is one of the most important things men need help with. If men can work through this and learn to accept responsibility for their actions, even when it comes to women, it will change their lives. It will change the lives of women. Things will start getting better. So join us later tonight for that. All right, let's get right to it. Let's get to today's topic here. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition. Live once again from beautiful and warm and sunny Red Morton Park in beautiful, glorious Redwood City, California, where I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, Northern California, USA, Western world. A lot of these guys in the Purple Pill Debate Forum where I made that posting are from the Eastern world, right? And they're like, things are different there. Well, tell me more about how things are different there. I've heard about it, right? Right? And I got back to some of these guys that were talking about that, and I was saying, I'm from one of the most difficult areas to live in on the planet. It's the most beautiful, it's the most expensive, it's nice, but it's highly populated, and there are a lot of people that are highly opinionated here and are very set in their ways. So if anyone understands the way the Western world is, it's the San Francisco Bay Area boy. Trust me, I've lived here all my life. And I kind of told these guys, and I'll share more about this tonight, but I'm giving you a little prelude here. I focus on positive people. I focus on good-hearted, easy to get along with positive people, and I just ignore and avoid negative people. That's the secret, right? Regardless of where you live, it may be more noticeable in certain areas like the bigger cities like these guys were talking about. And, you know, I live in a big metropolitan area, the San Francisco Bay Area. Regardless of where you live, you're going to have positive and negative people. And the secret is, if you want to live a good life and free of drama and live a happy life, you need to surround yourself with like-minded, happy, positive people and avoid the negative people, right? Because you can have 20 positive, great friends, and then one negative person comes into your life, encounters you, and if you allow them to get to you, they can suck up more of your time than your 20 positive friends would or will, right? Don't let these people suck you into their vortex. That's the key. Focus on positive, or surround yourself with positive, like-minded people that are happy, right? They don't have to be perfect, right? People make mistakes, even if they're good people. They just have to be good people that are easygoing, that are not going to project onto you, that are not going to try to force you to do things their way. They're just going to be cool and accept you for you, and you accept them for them, right? You focus on those types of people and just ignore, you know, all the negative people. Ignore them, no matter how hard they try to get your attention. When you ignore negative people, a lot of them will still try to get your attention, right? It's kind of like a whiny female dog when you don't feed it, right? What happens? The whiny female dog, we know what a female dog is, right? The whiny bitch, when she's hungry and you don't feed her right on time, she starts to whine at a low level. And the longer you take to feed her, the more she's going to amplify her whining, right? To the point of where she gets really loud, starts jumping on you to get your attention, right? Well, you should be feeding your dog. I'm just using that as an example. That's how some men and women are. Even some men are like that, you know? Some people try to get your attention in a negative way, try to get you to do things that you know you really don't want to do. And if you're a good person like me and you ignore them, sometimes they'll keep trying, and then they'll amp it up. They'll start, you know, trying to get your attention in different ways, right? You just have to keep ignoring them and moving forward by focusing on positive people. That's it. It's simple. It's simple. When you see people projecting, even online, don't waste your time online dealing with people that you know are just projecting and attacking you, right? Some people, you know, will say, dude, you're just projecting, you're attacking. You don't even waste your time writing something like that. The reason, like I said, the only reason why I do it is because I'm a coach and I want to show you folks example purposes. But if it wasn't for me being a coach, I wouldn't even respond to these people. They're not worth your time and energy. They're an energy suck and a time suck. Focus your time and energy on positive things that are going to move you forward, right? Give me a second here. I had to wait for that woman to pass by with her dog. All right, we're on lap number 2. Today we're going to be discussing, just give me a second, abandonment issues I think you cut out part of the topic there, Queen. It's dealing with abandonment issues or fixing abandonment issues so you can have a happy life or have happiness in life. I don't remember it exactly, but that's what it is. Give me a second. So you can have the life you've always dreamed of. There we go. I remember it exactly now. Overcoming abandonment issues so you can have the life you've always dreamed of. You know, uh, here's the thing. I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist, so I'm not speaking about this from that level. I'm speaking about this from personal experience and what I've seen in other people, right? I'm going to share a story about myself that kind of made me feel and react in a certain way that people would react when they have abandonment issues, but I've never been abandoned. So why have I felt that way at times? Even in my 40s, I felt that way at times, right? I'll share more about that in a bit, but typically, when a little boy or a little girl are growing up, they're going to have dreams. They're going to see, you know, other people, enjoying life in the way they want to enjoy it. They're going to see other adults, especially their parents, doing certain things, and they want to. They have a dream of, having a life like that, right? And it's very, very important when you're a little kid to get lots of nurturing love and attention from your mother and father. Both of them are very important. I think it's a little more important to get that nurturing love from your mother because women have always been a little bit more soft and emotional and, all lovey-dovey, right? And then, men have always been a little bit more rough around the edges, kind of like my father was. My father was a good guy, don't get me wrong, but he was a little more rough around the edges. My mother was very loving, nurturing, sweet, kind, compassionate, and gave myself and my brother so much love. And she still does to this day, and we're in our 40s, obviously, right? That's important. But not everyone is blessed to have their biological parents raise them. Some people come from a broken household, right? Some people may have both parents, but like I've said before, I'll say it again. Nowadays, some men are behaving more feminized in the relationship, and some women are behaving more masculine. So the sexual polarity is flipped, and it's confusing the little boy or the little girl growing up. That's why a lot of guys are confused nowadays because they're being raised in households where, women have been empowered, they're liberated, so they're wearing the pants in the relationship. They're behaving more like the dad in the relationship, and the dad's behaving more like the mom in the relationship. So these guys are getting confused by this, right? And if you've noticed, when it comes to the millennials and post-millennials, the Gen Y and Gen Zers, it seems like the women have more balls than the men do nowadays, in many cases. And that's because of what I just mentioned, right? Okay? So it confuses little boys and little girls, right? And then in some cases, many cases that I've seen, give me a second here. Okay, I just had to wait for that woman to walk past with her dog. In some cases, the father or the mother will leave the father or the mother. Some cases the father will skip town. Some cases the mother will skip town. And the child is left with only one biological parent. That creates abandonment issues because you've been abandoned by one of your parents. And in some cases, it gets really bad. Both parents will abandon the child. And then the child ends up getting into foster care. And the way they turn out is dependent on how good the foster parents are. But here's the thing, no matter how good the foster parents are, there is nothing better for a child's upbringing than their biological mother and father being in a good, healthy relationship, preferably a marriage. The man's a strong, stable, masculine man, and the woman's a strong, stable, feminine woman. And they're well balanced. And they lead by example for their kids. Because your kids are looking at you folks when they're young as the example of how life should be and how life will be when they get older, right? But a lot of kids don't have that opportunity, and you're beginning to more so see it in the modern world because of the fact that, and I hate to say it, like, I'm all for women being liberated, I get that. But women being liberated and sexually liberated, it's changed the dynamics of relationships to the point of where the sexual polarity is so flipped that when people get together nowadays, they're not properly qualifying each other. And they're settling for someone, and they end up getting married, and they have kids, and then after a few years, they realize that they weren't meant to be together, but now they have a 2 or 3-year-old son or daughter, or maybe a couple kids. And then maybe they stay together for the kids a little bit longer. Then they cheat on each other. They fight a lot. Maybe the mother is more so wearing the pants. She's stronger than the father, so she's exuding more masculine energy, and the father's exuding more feminine energy. And while this is all happening, these parents are not even realizing what that's doing to their kids. So now, in this modern world, you're seeing the repercussion of all this. You're seeing poor parenting and poor decisions made by men and women affect our men nowadays as they've grown up. They did not have the proper upbringing. So that's pretty much how abandonment issues happen, right? Now, as far as my story goes, there have been moments, even lately, until I met this new woman. There have been moments, even up until the last month or so, where I've felt loneliness, and I've felt alone, and I've even felt kind of abandoned, even though I've never been abandoned by my parents or anybody, right? But I'm going to share with you folks why I feel I've had those moments in the past, and who knows, I may have them every now and then in the future. I'm just being honest with you folks. I may be a coach, but I go through things as well. I'm a human being. Coaches are people too. And I'm one that's going to keep it real with you throughout all my experiences, and hopefully you can learn from it. I think what happened to me is, if I look back, I'm 47, I'll be 48 in December. If I look back at my childhood, I was always the type of kid that loved to learn new things. I was very book smart, very tech savvy. Not trying to toot my own horn, I was a very intelligent kid. I was reading at a much greater level than my age. The teachers would tell my mother, wow, you've got a genius of a son. He's going to have no problems with anything, right? You know, for schooling and this and that, right? And because of that, when I was younger, especially really young, I liked spending a lot of time on my own, reading things and tinkering with electronics and doing things like that, right? And whenever my mother would want to give me nurturing love, spend time with me, or my father would want to spend time with me, I would shut them out. I would I would do what I can to shut them out, or buy some time so I can keep on working on what I was working on, that I was interested in working on, rather than spending time with them and allowing them to show me that nurturing love, right? And it was interesting because I remember this was before I was like 12 years old. I was still pretty young. I remember my mother, this is before she started working. My father was a sole provider. It was a very traditional family. I grew up in a very traditional family. My mother would sit on the couch, and I would be in my room. My brother was in his room. We were working on our things, right? And she'd want to spend time with us, but especially myself, I would just kind of shut her out because I wanted to focus on my own things, right? My mother would doodle on a yellow notepad, like the ones you get at Office Depot, Office Max, and Office Supply Store. Those yellow pads with lines, right? You kids nowadays probably don't even know what those are because everything they use is digital, right? My mother would write, "I have 2 sons, and they mean the absolute world to me. I would do anything for my 2 sons. I love them so much, but they don't love me because they don't spend time with me." Stick around. I'm not a jerk here. I will own up to this many years later. Okay. So then my mother would, once she was done writing that, she would put it underneath the coffee table. There's that little area where you can put like magazines and remotes and all that. She would put it there. Hey, American Dream, hang on a second, dude. We're in an area here where people are doing like yoga or something. And so I want to move past here before I start to get a little excited that you're back again, American Dream. Welcome back. You going to stick around for a bit? I was trying to ask you, Dream, yesterday, when are you going live again? I'd like to join you on the stream. Things have gotten better, and I've moved past everything, and I really miss talking with you, Dream, and so does Dion, a.k.a. SIFUSMO here. Dion is the moderator of my channel, and you introduced him to me earlier on this year. American Dream. I'm getting ready for work tonight. I work 8 p.m. until 8 a.m. Hi, Lewis. Hi, Queen, says American Dream 6.2. Dream is looking for trolls. He has the praying emoji and all that. It's all good. It's all good. Yes, I'm listening to you while I am ready for work. When are you going live again, Dream? I'd love to join you on a panel, just you and me. Would you like to do an interview? Would you like to interview me on your channel, Dream? And we get things going again? I want to help you revive stuff. Dream, I've got a lot of stuff I've been working on, and I'm diversifying onto Reddit and other platforms. Dream, we're going places, bro, and I want you to come along with us because I've got a lot of love for you, and you're a good dude, bro. You're a good dude. You just, you've experienced some things because of your marriage and all that, but besides that, Dream, you're a good guy, man. You got so much value to bring. Especially in my neck of the woods, bro. You have so much life experience and all that, Dream. Anyway, back to my story. So, my mother would put that yellow pad where she wrote all that stuff on underneath the coffee table. And I was a pretty nosy kid. I was a great scavenger. I would go on scavenger hunts and find anything, right? When it came time to do the Easter egg hunts, man, I was like so intuitive. I just knew where everything was at. I would get all the eggs. So I would go and find that pad that my mother, wrote stuff about my brother and I on, right? And then I would say, Mom, what's this? She's like, give me that. I said, no, let's see. I have 2 sons. And then I'd make fun of her. I'd use her voice. I'd say, I have 2 sons. They mean the world to me. I love my sons so much, more than anything. I would do anything for my two sons. And again, I love them so much, but they don't care about me. They don't want to spend time with me, and they don't love me, right? Now, granted, listen, my mother was younger back then, and she's a woman, and she's going to have emotions, and that's perfectly normal, right? The truth of the matter is without even realizing it, I was unintentionally shutting my mother out. And that's how she felt, right? And it's not that I wanted to shut her out. She tried to give me so much nurturing love, and she did, right? But I was the type of kid that was so intuitive. I've always been intuitive. And I would always get bored very quickly and easily. And I was so fascinated by technology starting to rise up back then. It even started back in those days. What you see nowadays, folks, has been progress made from 40 plus years ago, including these phones we have, right? So I always like spending a lot of time, and they roped this thing off again today. I'm going to wait here because somebody's coming on a bike, and I can't move. There's nothing you can do. More people coming. I got to wait. This is what really sucks about this fence being here. They just had this thing taken down yesterday. Now that dude went the other way. All right. So yeah, I just would focus a lot of time by myself. I didn't want to be interrupted by all that nurturing love my mother was trying to give me. I didn't even realize what it was. It was kind of annoying, right? I was just a guy that wanted to do my own thing. As I've gotten older, I realized what happened to me, right? I was trying to avoid that nurturing love. I was trying to avoid that nurturing love. I still kind of can't figure out why I was trying to avoid it. I don't know what I was afraid of. Maybe I was afraid of getting hurt. Maybe I had some issues at school with other kids, and I just didn't want to open myself up emotionally. Maybe I was a little bit emotionally closed off at that point. That's probably what it was, right? But as I've gotten older, because of that, I look back and I'm thinking to myself, every now and then when I get a feeling of loneliness, especially if I'm single, which now I'm not, I wonder if it's a false sense of abandonment because of the way that I tried to avoid my mom's excessive, which is not a bad thing, excessive nurturing love. Listen, guys, if you have a mother and a father and they want to give you excessive nurturing love, let them do it. It's going to tremendously help you become a better and more secure person and emotionally and mentally stable person as you get older. And I'm not going to lie, I was never a bad person, but I had some emotional issues probably in my grammar school days, my teenage years, and maybe partially into my 20s. But once I started getting out of my 20s, my mid to late 20s, I'm like, dude, you got to get your ass in gear. You got to start figuring this shit out, right? And now I look back and I'm like, I know exactly what my mother was feeling. And I feel horrible. And because of that, and I've been more so even starting to realize this, at age 47, guys, even as a coach, you learn new things every day. You learn new things about life every day. I've even more so realized lately, like maybe I was trying to abandon my mother unintentionally. Maybe that's what she was thinking, right? And I've been trying to make up for lost time lately by spending some time with her once or twice a week, even if it's just for an hour, where I go pick her up or she comes and picks me up, and we go for a drive in the early evening, and we go get a cone through the McDonald's drive-through, or you know, even just something as simple as that. And I'll tell you guys this, even as a 47-year-old man, I'm going to be honest with you, even as a 47-year-old man, now my father passed away 12 years ago. And because like I mentioned in the past, because I came clean with my father and apologized to him and told him he was right about everything before he passed away, 6 months before he passed away, I've been able to let my father go and live in his memory in a peaceful state where it doesn't affect me emotionally or mentally. But I hadn't gotten to that point with my mother probably until recently. And I'll tell you this, guys, for you guys in your 40s out there and 50s that still have your mother around, spend this, or father, or maybe both, right? I just have my mother around. Spend as much time with them as possible. As much as my mother used to drive me crazy with the excessive nurturing love and all that, it's what I needed then. It's still what I need to this day. As a man, I'll come out and admit that when I spend time with my mother, even if she's yelling at me or whatever, listen, my mother, loves me and cares for me, but she doesn't always agree with everything I do. And hey, I get it. That's because she loves me, right? And even if I'm hanging out with my mother, and every now and then she's, I wouldn't say yelling at me, but trying to tell me what she feels is right for me and trying to tell me to do certain things, I don't let it get to me anymore. I don't let it bother me. You know why? Because she loves me, and it's that nurturing love that's so desperately needed by the sons and daughters of parents. More so when you're younger, but even when you're older, especially if you have unresolved issues. And I have to chalk this up probably to an unresolved issue I had with my mother. Even though I had both parents, my dad was masculine, my mother was feminine, I had plenty of nurturing love. I myself even had some unresolved issues, and I didn't even realize it until I started looking back at myself even recently. And again, whenever I spend time with my mother, and I'm trying to spend at least 1 or 2 evenings or days per week with her, even though I'm very busy with my business and other things, when I spend that time with her, it supercharges me. It makes all the difference. That's the woman that gave me birth. I should be willing to drop anything and everything for her at any given moment, no matter what. And in the past, I haven't. But I finally figured it out. When you finally figure out the underlying issues that you have from your childhood and you start to own up them, you say, look, yeah, I've been through some stuff. I didn't have the best upbringing. I didn't have the best parents, or maybe I came from a broken household or whatever, right? I'm going to make the best of it. I'm not going to take this out on other people, and I'm not going to take this out on myself. Until you come to that realization and identify the issue on your own and decide that you no longer want to let it consume you and run your life and ruin your world, no one can help you, not even myself. You have to be willing to you have to be open to making that change, which is what I'm trying to say. What's going on in the chat here? Give me a second. New drinking fountain there. Let's see here. Coach, I would absolutely embrace that idea, just us by yourself. It's been a while, sir. I'd be honored. I might go on tomorrow because I'm off tomorrow. American Dream, you have my you have my phone number, Dream. You can text me and let me know tonight or tomorrow if you're gonna go on, and I'll meet you on there. We can talk and have a conversation. And you know what, Dream? We're gonna have trolls and haters on. My trolls will be there. Yours will be there. You know these people are obsessed with us because we're their content. We always will be their content. And as long as we can understand that and ignore that and just do our thing, then other people outside of them will appreciate what we're saying. Right, brother? You get what I'm saying? Oh, you mean the sticky notes queen? No, it was actually a notepad queen. The legal pad queen. Sorry, now I remember what it's called. I used to work for Office Depot and Office Max. They're called legal pads, queen. You know those legal pads? Some are yellow and some are white. It's a pad where you can tear off perforated paper or fold it behind the pad, and they're lined, queen. You know what a legal pad is, right? Let me see here. Lewis, message retracted. Spend all the time with your family. Tomorrow is not promised. You're right, Lewis. Hashtag family is everything, says American Dream 6.2. Absolutely, says Dream. Exactly right, Coach. Queen says, yeah, I know. Dream says there were about 6 or 8. They were about 6 or 8 inches long with like 50 or 100 sheets. They were yellow or white with lines. Right, Dream. You're around my age, and so is Queen. Yeah. 6 or 8 pages long? No, Dream. These had like 50 or 100 sheets. It was like a thick legal pad. And, nowadays you can buy them like in a 10-pack or 20-pack, like at Office Depot or Office Max or Staples, or even at Costco or Sam's Club or Walmart. But quite honestly, nobody uses really legal pads anymore because everything's digital, right? Everything's either done on a website or through Adobe PDF, fillable forms, and all that. I mean, I'm sure some people still use legal pads, but back then, we didn't have technology like it is today, right? Nowadays, you have Notepad on Windows, right? On your Microsoft Windows, there's a notepad. You can type notes on it on your computer, right? On the iPhone, there's notes. You click on the Notes app and you just type it in digitally and save it. And it tells you the date and time of when you did it, right? No need for legal pads anymore, right, Dream, Queen, Lewis? And where is Dion? Dion said he would be here. I'm just giving you crap, Dion. I understand, man. Things come up. You're probably hanging out with your lady. LOL, I still use them for notes. In my opinion, school. I mean, I'm old school. Yeah, you know what? I'll be honest with you, Dream. I still use them sometimes myself in certain situations because when you write things down, you tend to remember them more than when you type them on a digital device or a laptop or a desktop, right? I totally get it. And folks, here's a secret. I've shared this before. I'll share it again. If you're studying for a test exam, whatever, right? The best way to study is with paper material. And if you're going to take practice tests, it's best to do them on paper and not digital. You retain much more information longer and quicker when you use paper instead of the digital world to take practice tests and to study material. I've always retained information much better when it's from paper or a paper book compared to being online. Give me a second there. There was a dude over there with his woman, two young teenagers, all snuggled up over there. I remember those days. I had a high school sweetheart. And they saw me walk by, and I just ignored them. And you know what? The dude did the mature thing. He didn't start yelling, "Hey, are you on YouTube?" He just focused on his woman. That's awesome. That's maturity right there. Wow. Maybe one of those young bucks' dream is becoming mature at age 16 or 17, right? I can tell you, Dream, if you were anything like I was at age 16 or 17, I mean, I was a good guy, and I was really nice to my high school sweetheart, but I was not nearly as mature as I am today, Dream. You know what Dream, what do I preach today? What are my famous 3 words, Dream? What are my famous 3 words, Dream? That's mature and masculine. Critical mass is also respectful to others. Yeah, I love Dion, SMO. He's a gentleman here on YouTube and live. Right. Dream, what are my favorite 3 words? You know them, Dream. You used to always come on my panels, Dream, and say, we want to keep this stream a certain way, Dream. Dream, I'm so glad you're here, man. And listen, I love everybody, Queen and Lewis and everyone, but Dream, because I know you've been through so much more than most people, right? Like when you pop up, dude, I mean, it brings a big smile to my face. Dream, you put the eyes there, you're looking for trolls. We love you too. Well, thank you. Are you talking about me, Queen? If that's the case, then thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. And you know, here's the thing, folks. You know, when you do these shows for a while and people follow you for a while and they look forward to your shows and that, you create an emotional bond and an emotional attachment. And it's like a family. It really is. And like all my moderators here on YouTube, like you're family to me. You become a family to me. That's the way I've always done business in the way a family would do business. If I'm going to do business with people or work with them at a business level like we do here as moderators on YouTube, because we're all running a channel. Technically, it's a business, right? I look at you folks as family. If you have a wrench on this channel, you're like family. You're like a brother or sister to me. That's how serious I take it. Other channels, they'll just mod everybody because they don't want people spite banning people or whatever, right? I think that's stupid to mod everybody. It devalues your mod wrench, right? Mature, professional, and what, Dream? One more word, Dream. You got it. You're like 2/3 of the way there, Mike. American Dream Mike. Mature, professional, and what, brother? Oh, man. I'm on my final lap here, folks. This is the 3rd lap. Get your questions, comments, and concerns in. We're going to be going off the air soon, and I'm probably going to take one. Well, I may not even go on a 3rd or 4th lap today. I got to really get back to the studio and prepare for that stream. Honest. No, Dream. Respectful, brother. You know that. Respectful, professional, and mature. Dream here on Coach Eli's channel. We handle things respectfully, professionally, and maturely. Now, Dream, don't get me wrong. We're people. We still have our moments, Dream. That doesn't mean we're not gonna have unprofessional moments, right? That doesn't mean we're not gonna have moments of disrespect. It doesn't mean we're not going to have immature moments. We're humans, and you and I are guys, Dream. And you know how guys are. We're not as emotional as women. I mean, some of us are, but we're not supposed to be as emotional as women. So, we tend to have more immature and unprofessional and disrespectful moments than women, even as we get older and we've matured, right? But for the most part, hey, we handle things respectfully, professionally, and maturely. That's how we do it. Here's the thing, folks. If you're here watching this stream and trying to get more support because you're struggling with abandonment issues, even as you've gotten older, right? Even if you're younger and you're struggling with it, as long as you're 18 plus, I'd love to help you out. Unfortunately, I cannot help anyone out under 18 because the liability is different, and you would need to have your parents' permission. If you're 18 plus and you're struggling with abandonment issues, even if you're in your late 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, and you're still struggling with abandonment issues, right? You feel lonely and depressed, right? You feel unworthy, right? I want you to join my Reddit emotional support group, and you will start immediately making new great friends that are going to truly love you and support you, and we're going to help you. I will help you personally, but so will other people that I'm connected with, primarily the moderators here on this channel. And Dream, I want to get you involved in that subreddit. I really want to get you involved, Dream, because you could bring some great conversation to that group. Whoa, my Jesus. All right, dude, you took off the muffler. I will tell you right now, if Redwood City Police ever sees that, that kid's getting a ticket. You could hear that thing a mile away. Holy Jesus. Well, he modified it because it goes faster without the muffler. Could you folks hear how loud that motor scooter was? And it had some fat tires on it. That kid literally was probably 12 years old, 13 years old, right? And he was riding down this residential street here. It's a 25 zone right by the park. And he was literally going probably about 35 or 40 miles an hour on that scooter. Now, he had a helmet on. That was smart. But still, Jesus, man. And the funny thing is, his parents probably let him do that, right? They probably enable him to do that, right? I'd never let my kid do that. It's so dangerous. Well, if I had a kid. I don't. I don't have any that I know of. No, I know I've never had kids. You get those guys saying, well, I don't have any kids that I know of, right? Well, what have you guys been doing? Those guys have been just going out there and randomly raw dogging women, right? You know what raw dogging is, right, Dream? If you're a guy, you can't go out there and be raw dogging everybody that you encounter. I wouldn't even sleep with everyone you encounter. You should respect yourself, right? LOL, yes, is American Dream. I used to monitor the Wall Street Bets subreddit comments. Oh, really? You were a mod in that group, Dream? Did you know the subreddit owner? So, Dream, you are on Reddit then. Dream, why don't you send me in a text message your Reddit username so I can add you as a moderator to my subreddit, Real Emotional Support, genuine emotional support for men and women. We've got 15 members in there so far and growing daily. We're going to really grow this thing. But I'm also getting more involved with other Reddit communities, and it's really beginning to blow up, man. It's just gonna really take off. And I want to bring my moderators and people I've collaborated with out here on YouTube that I care for along for the ride. You know what I mean? It's a warm day. I'm getting a lot of vitamin D on me, and that feels good. Feels real good. Dream was laughing as I was saying raw dogging. He knows what that is, right? I mean, what man wouldn't prefer that? But you just, you gotta be careful, guys, Use common sense. Find a good woman that you trust and have a connection with. Make sure everything else is all good, and Eat your heart out. Having a lot of fun here at the park. I think somebody may be having a birthday party or something. There's some kind of like fiesta happening over here. Or it could be some type of group for kids, because I'm seeing some like women in their late teens, early 20s, like camp counselors and stuff. Maybe it's a camp or something. I don't know. Get your questions, comments, concerns in, folks. I'll be going off the air probably in about 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. I'm on my third and final lap here. Again, tonight, I'm going to be going live from the studio at around 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 6 or 7 p.m. Pacific. And I'm going to be doing an entire show regarding the posting I made in the Purple Pill Debate subreddit regarding asking men and women a question about, do you feel that men have difficulty accepting responsibility for their actions or owning up to their actions when they make mistakes, even when the woman is right? And it's been interesting. There's been like over 150 comments already, and I've made a lot of comments myself. But it's a topic to me that is probably the single most important topic that could help men turn their lives around. It's what turned my life around. When I was able to start to better accept responsibility in life and own up to my mistakes and not always feel like I was right about everything and everyone else was wrong. When I was able to own up to my shit, that tremendously changed my life. And many more people started to respect me more because they started to see me as human. You make mistakes, you give it your best. When you make mistakes, you admit your mistakes, you apologize if you have to, and then you move on. You keep moving forward, right? That's the healthy way to handle things. Most guys nowadays, especially the millennials and post-millennials, the Gen Y and Gen Zers, they have issues regarding that. So I made a posting. And I'll tell you, like I mentioned at the beginning of this stream, the responses were interesting. Lots of positive comments, but there were some neutral comments and some negative ones, and some trollish ones. There's a little bit of everything, and I'm going to try to get through all the comments, if not as many as possible, live from the studio tonight here on the Coach Eli, Elias Melas channel. And it'll be happening again either at around 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern, 6 or 7 p.m. Pacific. You're not going to want to miss this. Miss it, obviously, you can watch the replay, but you guys can definitely engage in real time. I'd love to have some comments coming through on YouTube. This will also be simulcasted on Facebook and D Live. So yeah, it's going to be good. Let me see here. If that was a dirt bike, it don't belong in the city. I agree. That bike was definitely illegal. You're right, Miss Queen. I will, Coach. I actually enjoyed it because you can discover any topic you want on there and communicate with others about it. You're right, Dream. Reddit, let me tell you, Reddit, I've known about Reddit since it came out, right? But when I became a YouTuber, a full-time YouTuber almost 5 years ago, Dream, I heard it was one of the best ways to grow your channel. And I was just so sucked into endless amounts of drama with those former drama people, right? That I just didn't have the energy to do what I'm doing now. And finally, dude, after years, almost 5 years, I'm all in on Reddit. Reddit is a great place because It's not like a blog. It's basically people responding to a posted topic in real time. It's just like having people on your live stream panel and talking about something, but in text format on the internet. And I've loved it. I love it, man. I mean, I cater a lot of my shows now to going to Reddit postings as part of my topics, because you get to see how other people, real people, feel about it in real time, pretty much, almost. Let me pop on over here and check out the chat here real quick before I turn the corner. Let me get in some shade. It's pretty warm. Wow, Coach Eli, there are a lot of people outside today. Yeah, there are, Dream. There are always a lot of people here at Red Morton Park. Dream furthermore says, I miss hanging out with you guys when I'm not working and monitoring the stock market. I'll stream a little bit and then I sleep. Time passes so fast. It does. I envy you, says Dream. Thank you, Dream. I envy you too, brother. I wasn't able to tell my dad that he was right about everything before he passed. He passed while I was at work. He was on hospice, but I missed my chance. But he was completely right. You know what, Mike? American Dream? You just basically allowed me to figure out what's been plaguing you to react to certain things the way you have. Brother, I thank you for being, I thank you for sharing that, brother, seriously. And now I know where I can support you better and help you better based on what you said. You were not able to come clean with your father before he went to his grave. When your father used to whoop your ass, just like my dad did, and you were not able to say, Dad, you were right for whooping my ass. I deserved it. Oh, man, let me tell you something. Sometimes nowadays, I still deserve an ass whooping. And I'm like, Dad, can you come back from the grave just for a few seconds, whoop my ass, and then go back? Right? Seriously, that's respect, man. That's respect to the man that created you, right? And the woman, too. I respected my mother, but now we're just talking about my father and your father, right, Dream? Okay? I can see how that could mess someone up, Dream, because it would have messed me up. I'm being real with you, bro. Had I waited 6 months longer and my dad went to the grave without me coming clean with him, I probably wouldn't be the same person talking with you here in the way I'm doing it so maturely, respectfully, and professionally like I'm doing it right now, bro. I'm telling you the truth. I'm being honest with you. And for you to have gone through that, Dream, and to still be functioning and finding ways to move through, bro, I'm proud of you, bro. But let me help you further, bro. Now I understand better. I understand where all the resentment is at. I understand where a lot of your emotional issues, I'm not saying that you're messed up, Dream. I'm saying I understand where your emotional issues stem from. Men have emotional issues too, brother, and it's perfectly normal. You have a treasure chest full of useful life experience that can help others. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Mike, American Dream. I really do. You have no idea how much that means to me and how much I appreciate it, dude. I want to dedicate the rest of my life to helping people. It's not easy getting to the place of where I've gotten to mentally and emotionally, okay? It's not easy. But I know how to get there because I got there. And I know how much of a journey, and it was one hell of a journey getting there. It was a huge journey getting there. And even though I've gotten there, I still have my moments. Sometimes you're going to relapse, right? And that's perfectly normal. But when you have those moments, maybe you have a day or 2 days where you're going the opposite way after you've turned your life around, right? And things are going great. There may be some days where you feel lonely or where you feel like you haven't accomplished as much as you could have or whatever, right? That's normal, right? When you get so in tune with yourself like I have, when those days come, you can identify them. And you find a way to fight through it and get back to the happiness you had before those few days came along that were, challenging for you. I want to help you folks get there. There are a lot of people on the internet that criticize people like me. And they do whatever it takes to prevent me from growing, to spread my message of positivity to help people. You folks have to decide for yourselves who you believe in and who you don't, right? When I decide if I want to befriend somebody or not, no one from the outside has influence on that decision besides myself. People could tell me, okay, this person's the biggest piece of shit. They've done this, they've done that, and maybe they have done those things. But that still is not going to influence me to not talk with them or be their friend or want to hang around with them. I'm going to talk with them myself. Maybe they went through some things and they worked through them, and now they're in a better place and they're a good person and they deserve my friendship. Folks, do not let other people influence any of your decisions. Make your decisions on your own. Give people chances that are like-minded and that you resonate with. I ask you folks to give me a chance to help you. Okay? And it's not to grow my YouTube channel or my business and all that. Sure, that'd be nice too. Right? But I want you to give me the chance because I know I can help turn your life around. I know I can help make a difference. Bring a smile on your face for both men and women. And I know more so nowadays men are struggling than women, but I know women are struggling too. Ladies, I'm not trying to take anything away from you. You ladies just have a lot more emotional support nowadays, especially amongst each other, than men do, because men just don't support each other emotionally. See, Dream, you and I support each other emotionally, and a lot of the men here on my channel do, but we're just a few men, right? The majority of men are not open to talking about these things and supporting each other emotionally, and we need to encourage more of that. And that's what I can do, folks, if you give me that chance. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for being here. We are at 1 hour and 23 minutes. Just turned 1 hour and 23 minutes. Folks, I'm going to wrap this up. I was going to take a fourth lap off the air, but I'm just going to work out later at my place a little bit more. I've got to get home and get prepared for this stream coming up in a few hours at around 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern, 6 or 7 p.m. Pacific. From the studio, I'm going to be going over that entire Reddit posting I made regarding men and accepting and not being able to accept responsibility even when the woman is right and they know the woman is right. That's not the exact title, but that's close. I'll share everything exactly tonight from the studio. See you later, says Lewis. I am back. My internet was giving me problems. Yeah, you need a new router, Lewis. You'll be good, bro. All right, we're leaving 18 in the box. 4 thumbs up. Please smash those thumbs up. Please like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, select all notifications, and you won't miss anything. Have a good one, folks. See you later tonight from the studio. Bye-bye. We're out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.